Hello, so you decided to play Scholar. It's a little tough at first, but they are known as the shield healer. You also have your partner in crime, Tinkerbell, which helps you heal. I don't know why you're playing this class right now. I think a stratagem is the way to go, but this is my most used healing class, and I thought I could show you guys what I know. We're gonna start off with the damage first. There are 4 damage abilities. Your dot, which is Biolysis. You're gonna have this up 100% of the time. Your damage ability most of the time will be Broil 3 or also Ruin, depending on what level you are. You're gonna be casting this most of the time. When there's 3 or more adds, you're gonna do Art of War for your AoE. You're gonna be running out of MP pretty quickly if you keep spamming it, so I recommend popping Lucids as your DPSing. And then Ruin 2. It's weaker than Broil or Ruin. Sometimes you're going to have to move during the fight, so I recommend pressing Ruin 2 into pressing other skills. Now we're going to talk about the 2 gauges. So always, when you enter a fight, open with Paralysis and always pop your Aetherflow. Aetherflow gives you these 3. You can recast it every minute. And the skills that use these Aetherflow are Energy Drain, basically gives you MP and does damage, so you want to use this during while you're DPSing if you don't need to use the others. Indom, which OP skill. I love using this skill. You're going to use this every time there's a raid bind. There's damage that's hitting the whole group. Lustrate. Lustrate gives you a ton of single target heal. Sacred Soil. Sacred Soil gives some regen, but mainly I use this to mitigate some damage. So if I see like a big raid bind coming or damage coming on the whole group, pop this. And then hopefully everybody gets inside. Safe circle. So basic rule of thumb for Aetherflow, you're going to always want to be spending it. Have 1 just in case you need to lustrate. And if you don't, just energy drain. And always use your Aetherflow off. Aetherflow is your best friend on Scholar. You're probably wondering, do you summon Eos or do you summon Selene? It doesn't matter. For aesthetic reasons, I go Eos or Selene. Selene is too purple for me, so I like going Eos. Honestly, I'm not trying to be fairest. Now your healing abilities. Sucker, which shields everyone in range. Also do this if people need heals and if there's about to be a raid bar. Physic. You're going to use this sometimes, especially if the tank's getting hit too hard. But most of the time you're going to be doing Adloquium. Adloquium gives a heal and gives a shield on top of that. It's pretty good. Most of the time, especially in dungeons, you just need to add low. Sometimes you are going to have to do add low for the shield, and then do physic if they're still going down too far to replenish their remaining health. Now for the off-global Scholar stuff. Recitation pretty much works on add low, Sucker, Indom, and Excog. Usually I use this on my Adloquium, so I get a crit shield, very helpful. Deploy, which pretty much means you can put your Adlo, like your strong Adlo, and then spread it amongst the members. It's a 3-minute cooldown, but it's good to do a pre-pull. Dissipation, it makes your healing stronger. It's used at very specific situations, but I don't even know why this is on my bar. Emergency Tactics. You can use this from time to time if you need double heals. You don't get the shield, but you get 600 potency off Adlo. And rather than the shield, you get an extra heal, which is kind of nice. Forgot to mention Excog. I always place this pre-pull, so I don't have to think about healing, and they're gonna get health when they drop below 50%. Really good skill. 800 potency. Easy nut. Now for the Faerie. The Faerie has a couple of skills. We're gonna start out with Fae Illumination. TLDR, you're gonna want to pop this before you activate the other skills, because it makes it stronger. Fae Blessing heals everyone that's in range of the Faerie. Whispering Dawn is a regen over time, so this is also really good. So you typically, I like to just pop both of these first before I even think about using Sucker. And then Aether Pact. This is another good one too. As you can see here, this bar right here, probably wondering what it did. But this is for your Aether Pact. So Aether Pact pretty much heals whatever target and regens them over time. You can't really tell, but You've seen from the notice I'm doing like 15k at this level. It doesn't tell you a number. So you kind of gotta gauge, eyeball it. Kind of sucks, but. And then when you get to 80, you get the super minion. Really pretty fairy. So typically I would like to use this fairy when there's a lot of raid wides. Constellation will be up, which heals and also gives you a shield, which is really good, and it doesn't cost anything. Another reason why you should play Scholar is chain stratagem. Very easy. DPS increase to the whole raid. Everyone loves Scholar Code for this. Wants more DPS. Increases the critical hits taken on whoever you place it on. More DPS means more happy family, alright? Actual combat to show you guys what's going through my head, what I'm trying to do, etc. So, recitation, because I want the big shield. Pop it early on him. Bio while I run, because the tank's gonna pull more, I think. Aetherflow, forgot to pop it early. Put X-Cog on him. When he's all settled, alright, we're gonna be spamming Art of War. Lucid Dreaming for the MP, I don't want to run out, you know. Hopefully the tank pops a cooldown, if not, I got Aetherflow just to pop Lustrate on him. As you can see, X-Cog didn't pop yet, that's my safety net. X-Cog's getting the run for his money, okay, we can DPS him. If it does expire, you see that heal? 47k, that's great. And I can just keep focusing DPSing. I noticed that my Aetherflow is about to come back up. So, I used it on an energy drain. I could do it on another X-Cog too, since we're going to go to another big pull. I also noticed that my Faerie gauge is at 40, alright? So, I'm going to give him the Aether Packs for the regen heals. I'm gonna do one Adlo with the physic because his health was going considerably fast. And then back to the Art of War. Usually when the big pulls like this, you're going to have to consider what gear that the tank has. They're under gear, they might be getting hit a lot harder, but luckily our tank is pretty geared. My Faerie ran out of gauge, so I'm gonna have to do this manually. One Adlo and physic is good enough. If it fills back up, I spent it on an energy drain for more damage. That's pretty much it for the trash pulls. Boss is coming up, my recitation is up, so I'm gonna crit Adlo into him. So I can DPS more. Change stratagem? You could use change stratagem earlier since the 3-minute cooldown. Depending if you know the fight too. Knowing the fight can help a lot. Critical Rip was a tank buster and I had a shield on him, so it barely hit him for anything. Since everyone gonna get hit after, I'm gonna do Sucker. Shield them ahead of time. Yeah, so knowing the fight shows how effective a Scholar could be. As everyone get hit, I'm gonna do pop my big Faerie. So I can DPS some more, let my Faerie do most of the work. You really can let your Faerie do most of the work, especially in dungeons, which is really nice. Let your burst come back up, and you pop this. I don't need to do Sucker, I could probably have done my pet skills and I would have been chilling. Yeah, as you can see, honestly, you can... The cool part about Scholar is that you can shield the damage. Not many people will get hit that hard, and then you can just focus on DPSing way more. Shit, for dungeons. Dungeon Scholar, not too bad. And then the same thing going into these next trash pulls and the boss. Guys, hope you guys enjoy the basic guide to Scholar. This class is rewarding, seeing how much damage. No class can really do it like them, except STRATEGEM, but STRATEGEM will be kept for another day. But Scholar is still used basically because of chain stratagem, a very strong raid utility skill. And I think it will still be used even in Endwalker. If you guys want to see me live, check me out on Twitch.tv at Jester3, usually live late PM Pacific. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.